For thousands of years, people knew only about the planets Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, which they could see using simple telescopes or even with the naked eye if conditions were good. But in the late 18th century, a famous astronomer named Sir William Herschel discovered a new planet that was icy blue in color. At first, people thought it was a star, but later they realized it was a planet. Today we know it as Uranus, a planet that's more than 19 times farther away from the Sun than Earth. It's so far away that it takes Uranus 84 years to complete one trip around the Sun. This astronomer also discovered many other interesting things in space, like double stars and nebulae. In the mid-1800s, scientists noticed something was pulling Uranus and strangely tugging its orbit. They thought there must be another planet out there and used math to predict where it would be. Finally, in 1846, they found Neptune using a telescope. It was too faint to see with the naked eye because it was so far away from the Sun. This discovery was exciting, and it made people wonder how many other planets could be lurking in the darkness of our solar system. Back in the mid-1800s, astronomers noticed something unusual happening in the sky. A small rocky planet named Mercury was behaving strangely. It didn't follow the predictable orbit that was expected of it. One of the astronomers was a brilliant French scientist named Urbain Le Verrier. He came up with a theory that there could be another planet in our solar system that no one had yet discovered. This planet would be located somewhere between Mercury and the Sun. This hypothetical planet, which he named Vulcan after the Roman god of fire, would have an incredibly hot surface and could be a potential explanation for Mercury's strange behavior. Le Verrier never fully claimed Vulcan was the cause of the disturbance in Mercury's orbit, but excited by the possibility of discovering a new planet, astronomers worldwide took up the idea of Vulcan. For a planet that didn't exist, people were committed to developing ideas and gathering information about it. Some scientists doubted that they had missed another planet as big as Mercury, arguing it would have been hard not to see it by then. However, there was a tiny chance of a smaller planet existing inside Mercury's orbit that was too close to the Sun to be seen. One theory suggested it was about 13 million miles away from the Sun. Mercury is the planet with the most eccentric orbit in our solar system, but the closest point it gets to the Sun is about 28.5 million miles. This means Vulcan would be under half of that distance. The theory suggested that if Vulcan existed, it would orbit the Sun every 19 days and 18 hours, and its path would be tilted about 12 degrees relative to the paths of other planets in our solar system. Vulcan's position at its furthest point from the Sun would still be too close to the Sun to be seen with the naked eye, even during twilight. The only chance of seeing Vulcan would be during a solar eclipse or when it passed in front of the Sun, which, according to the theory, would happen 2 to 4 times a year. They hypothesized that this mysterious planet was so close to the Sun that it could only be seen during a total solar eclipse when the Moon blocked out the Sun's blinding glare. So, every time there was an eclipse, scientists would peer at the Sun, hoping to catch a glimpse of Vulcan. Despite their efforts, they couldn't find this mysterious planet. Some astronomers claimed to have spotted it during eclipses, but no one could ever confirm or find evidence of it. The theory of Vulcan was left waiting for better times. Then Einstein had a different idea. You know about his theory of general relativity, right? That's where he claimed gravity wasn't some sort of natural force, but rather a result of space-time being curved by the presence of massive objects like planets and stars. According to Einstein, planets circle around the Sun in their usual orbits because space-time is curved. This means the planets are essentially falling toward the central star of our solar system. Einstein tried to explain Mercury's unusual orbit using his theory of relativity. Unlike the other planets in our solar system, Mercury's orbit wasn't perfectly circular. Instead, it seemed to wobble slightly as if an invisible force was pulling it. Einstein suggested this could happen because the Sun's massive gravity was curving the fabric of space-time around it, possibly altering Mercury's orbit a little. It took the scientific community a while to test this theory, but it eventually became the most plausible explanation. Even though Einstein's theory provided a more elegant explanation for Mercury's strange orbit, some scientists still held out hope for Vulcan. It was especially hard to let go of the idea of Vulcan because Mercury is also a planet that's really hard to see from where we're standing. Later, however, more scientists began accepting Einstein's theory over their imaginations. They would observe a total solar eclipse specifically to test Einstein's theory of relativity, not to search for Vulcan. But Vulcan is not the only hypothetical planet that has sparked conversation in recent times. Some believe there could be a mysterious planet lurking in the outer part of our solar system, and this one is more likely to exist. No one has seen it directly yet, but computer simulations indicate that this so-called Planet 9 or Planet X is probably somewhere beyond Neptune. Neptune and Planet X could be similar in size. Planet X might be 10 times more massive than Earth and orbit the Sun in an elongated shape, which is, on average, 20 times farther from the Sun than Neptune. A year there may last between 10,000 to 20,000 Earth years. By comparison, a year on Neptune lasts 165 Earth years. Something this big moving beyond Neptune could explain the unusual orbits of smaller objects in the Kuiper Belt. The Kuiper Belt is the area of our solar system beyond Neptune, where many asteroids, comets, and other smaller bodies, mostly made of ice, orbit. There was another hypothetical planet called Nibiru. Do you remember those rumors that the world could end back in 2012? One of the popular scenarios was that Nibiru would hit our home planet at the end of that year. Of course, nothing happened, we're still here, all set and good, but the idea of Nibiru was intriguing. The stories began in the 1970s when a man named Zecharia Sitchin mentioned Nibiru in his book, *The 12th Planet*, claiming it orbits the Sun every 3,600 years. However, there is no chance that a planet with such an eccentric orbit wouldn't disrupt other planets in our solar system with its gravity. And if it was really coming that close to Earth in 2012, we should have been able to see it with the naked eye. Simple calculations showed that Nibiru would have been nearly as bright as Mars at its dimmest and brighter than the faintest stars you can see from a city. Well, maybe we'll have more luck in the next 3,500 or so years. In 2011, a comet named Elenin appeared, which many people thought could be Nibiru. But when you're looking at comets and planets through a telescope, they appear differently. A comet has a coma, which is a gas atmosphere, along with a tail, something a planet doesn't have. Plus, this comet didn't collide with Earth, it came too close to the Sun and broke apart. The leftover pieces will continue moving toward the outer solar system for the next 12,000 years. So, while we may be getting closer to finding a massive icy planet beyond Neptune's orbit, it's not Pluto, unfortunately. Recently, some universe mapping using data from a telescope in Hawaii eliminated about 78% of the possible locations for this mysterious Waldo from space. Some people call it Planet 9, while others prefer Planet X. Either way, it's been causing controversy since its existence was first proposed. This is mainly because no study so far can answer the big question, does it really exist? If discovered, Planet 9 would rank as the 5th largest planet in our solar system, with a mass 10 times that of Earth. It's also the rise to be gaseous, like Uranus. An initial study on Planet 9, dating back to 2016, suggests that this colossal new planet orbits the Sun 29 times farther out than Neptune. The hypothetical planet, often referred to as Planet 9, is believed to be situated approximately 2.8 billion miles from the Sun. As a result, it would take between 10,000 and 20,000 years for this planet to complete a single orbit around the Sun. If confirmed, this world would dominate a region larger than any other known planet in our cosmic neighborhood. These are all intriguing hypotheses, but without a single piece of evidence or observation to back them up, it is crucial not to dismiss this as a wild guess. Researchers have relied on complex mathematical modeling and computer simulations to speculate about the planet's characteristics, as is common practice in their field. The hypothetical presence of this planet could explain various mysterious features located beyond Neptune, specifically within the Kuiper Belt. This vast, donut-shaped region is filled with icy debris left over from the formation of the solar system, including comets and dwarf planets like Pluto. What's peculiar is that 6 of the farthest objects in the Kuiper Belt exhibit elliptical orbits oriented in a similar direction within physical space, tilted approximately 30 degrees downward relative to the orbital plane of our 8 known planets. Despite their distinct orbital velocities around the solar system, these objects maintain this alignment. The likelihood of such an alignment occurring randomly is extremely low, around 0.007%. Therefore, Planet 9, a hypothetical massive celestial body, offers a plausible explanation for this strange phenomenon by potentially exerting gravitational influence to shape these orbits. Initially, the theory did not hold up well, facing accusations of observational bias and calculation errors. However, in 2017, another study revived the idea that Planet 9 might exist after all. Spanish astronomers employed a novel approach, focusing on observing extreme trans-Neptunian objects. These celestial bodies orbit the Sun in highly stretched elliptical paths with average distances exceeding 13 billion miles. The research suggested that the distances between these objects' nodes and the Sun might provide clues to Planet 9's location. Nodes are the points where a celestial body's orbit intersects the solar system's plane. When these objects reach these points, they are more likely to interact with other solar system bodies, potentially causing significant changes in their orbits or even collisions. If the trajectory of these extreme trans-Neptunian objects remains stable, all is well. If not, it indicates that something substantial is affecting their path, and this could be a planet located at a distance between 300 to 400 times farther from the Sun than Earth. To this day, the study of extreme trans-Neptunian objects remains the strongest evidence for Planet 9's existence. If you're still skeptical, consider that strange motions like these have led to planetary discoveries before. For instance, Neptune was discovered because Uranus's motion didn't align with the predictions of Newtonian gravity. The deflection of its orbit could be explained by the gravitational pull of an undiscovered planet, and just like that, Neptune was discovered. Now, in 2021, there is renewed interest in Planet 9. Recent studies suggest that this mysterious world may follow an epic loop around the Sun every 7,000 years. This is significant because it means the planet might be closer than previously thought, making it easier for telescopes to spot it. The paper also suggests a 99% chance that the unusual orbits of these objects are due to this unseen planet, not just cosmic coincidence. The odds of this situation being a fluke have decreased to 1 in 250, much better than the 1 in 10,000 chance from 2016. These optimistic numbers have brought us to the present, with hopes high and efforts focused on better equipment to continue the search for Planet 9. Researchers in Hawaii have created a kind of treasure map using the Panoramic Survey Telescope and Rapid Response System to eliminate 78% of potential locations. This is promising given the challenge of finding a planet-sized needle in a cosmic haystack. However, Planet 9's presence remains elusive in the dark outer reaches of our solar system. Enthusiasts believe it's only a matter of time before we discover Earth's new cosmic cousin. They are pinning their hopes on the Vera Rubin Observatory, currently under construction in Chile and scheduled to begin scientific operations in late 2025. Over the course of 10 years, this observatory will scan the entire southern hemisphere sky every few nights with a 27-foot fast-moving telescope equipped with the largest digital camera in the world. The goal is to catalogue everything in the solar system, reaching out to and beyond Neptune, and tracking millions of celestial objects, including space junk, asteroids, comets, and stars. If Planet 9 is indeed out there, this next-generation telescope could be the one to find it. The existence of this mysterious planet is far from universally accepted in the scientific community. That's because Planet 9 isn't the only explanation for the strange phenomena occurring beyond Neptune. One theory suggests that a group of distant objects, such as dwarf planets, comets, and moons, might collectively influence the orbits of extreme trans-Neptunian objects. Others believe that a black hole could be responsible, as these compressed masses are some of the densest objects in the universe and could affect the orbits of other masses, similar to how Planet 9 is thought to do. Another bold perspective proposes that our current understanding of gravity may be flawed or incomplete. This theory, known as modified Newtonian dynamics, suggests that these distant icy objects exhibit strange behavior not due to an undiscovered planet, but because of the immense gravitational field of the Milky Way. However, even supporters of this theory acknowledge that it is too early to draw firm conclusions and that extensive research is still required. As we continue our relentless hunt for Planet 9, some astronomers have taken the idea a step further by proposing the existence of a hypothetical Planet 10. This world is thought to have a mass and size similar to Mars or Earth and is located on the edges of the Kuiper Belt. However, if this alleged Planet 10 is as small as scientists believe, it might not have enough gravity to clear its orbit of debris, similar to what happened with Pluto, which was one reason it was reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006. So, it's wise not to get too excited, as this supposed Planet 10 might end up being classified as another dwarf planet. Now, here's a fascinating theory: octopuses as visitors from outer space. According to this idea, ice-covered eggs of octopuses may have crashed into Earth from space. These eggs would have mixed with pre-existing genetic information on our planet, resulting in the birth of octopuses. Although it may seem like a stretch to claim that the highly intelligent octopuses are extraterrestrial beings, this idea is based on a theory known as panspermia. Panspermia posits that life exists throughout the universe, not only on planets. Space dust, asteroids, and even spacecraft might carry life forms that spread across the galaxy. This theory challenges the idea that all life originated on Earth, but doesn't contribute substantially to the search for life on other planets, as it remains highly hypothetical. Octopuses are indeed incredibly ancient, with the oldest known fossil belonging to an animal that lived almost 300 million years ago, even before dinosaurs roamed the Earth. Furthermore, octopus arms have a mind of their own. 2/3 of their neurons are located in their arms, not in their heads. This means their arms can solve problems, like opening a shellfish, while the rest of the body focuses on other tasks, an impressive example of multitasking. Additionally, like other intelligent animals such as chimpanzees and dolphins, octopuses have demonstrated their ability to use tools, such as picking up old shells and using them as temporary homes. Of course, humans are considered the most intelligent animals on our planet, according to human standards. But we don't seem to give pigs enough credit. Pigs are so intelligent that they can play video games, not Minecraft, but in a recent academic study, scientists had 4 pigs play a joystick game. They had to manipulate the stick so that a moving ball would hit the wall, and then they would receive a treat. All 4 pigs excelled in the test, which was surprising even to the scientists. Pigeons have also demonstrated impressive cognitive abilities. They were trained to differentiate between a Picasso painting and a Monet one, a task they mastered with ease. They were then able to apply this knowledge to identify works of art they had not previously seen, indicating they truly understood the difference between each painter. Pigeons, often seen as pests, have proven to be quite perceptive. If we were to hold a contest for the most amazing animal abilities, kangaroos would likely win. This is because they break the typical 4-legged rule. A special species of kangaroo, the red kangaroo, uses its tail to help propel itself forward. Although visually it has 4 limbs, in practice, it uses 5. Their tails are biologically built to function as a 5th limb, equipped with articulated vertebrae and thick muscles. Of course, it had to be an Australian animal. Jokes aside, Australia is home to a variety of unique animals, including the most venomous snake in the world. This not-so-cute reptile is known as the inland taipan, and its venom is potent enough to take down 100 humans. Staying on the topic of dangerous animals, the island is also home to one of the world's most venomous spiders, the funnel web spider, which can be found not too far from downtown Sydney. The Little Mermaid might have shown us that life is good under the sea, but she didn't mention the bizarre ways of the anglerfish. Anglerfish are special because they have a huge whip-like nose connected to the front of their bodies. It looks like they are always holding a lantern in front of them, but the little lantern is actually a type of bioluminescence. It's far from romantic, as anglerfish use it to lure smaller fish in as their meals. It was back in 1999 that scientists discovered these fish spend most of their lives upside down. They were observed hovering above the Pacific Ocean floor at a depth of around 16,400 feet, where light barely reaches. They do this because their built-in lantern illuminates the ground in search of food. Despite their oddities, anglerfish are also quite clever. Recently, scientists discovered a species of animal with neither a brain nor a head that is still remarkably smart, the brittle star. This 5-armed creature is a bundle of nerves and has shown considerable intelligence in experiments. Scientists would dim the lights while feeding brittle stars their favorite treat, shrimp. After 10 months of conditioning, these creatures would emerge from hiding as soon as the scientists turned off the lights in the room, anticipating a delicious meal. This indicates that we shouldn't judge intelligence solely by brain size or even the presence of a brain. There's something known as the orange cat behavior, and it's not just a meme. Scientists have found that coat color is connected to a feline's gender. Since orange is linked to the X chromosome, orange cats are usually males, like Garfield. The so-called orange cat behavior describes ginger cats as agents of chaos, much like Garfield. However, there haven't been any conclusive studies on whether coat color and cat behavior are truly linked. In terms of vision, mantis shrimps probably have the most psychedelic vision among animals. These funny-looking creatures have a staggering 16 varieties of photoreceptors, with 5 of them reserved for the ultraviolet, UV, spectrum. Ultraviolet rays are very short wavelengths invisible to humans. Science still doesn't fully understand how mantis shrimps view the world around them. While they can perceive many colors, they might not be able to distinguish all of them. It's possible they see a lot of vivid yet blurry colors, but we haven't figured out how to verify this. To say sloths are cute is an understatement. They may be among the friendliest animals in the jungle, but there's more to them. If you look closely at their fur coat, you'll notice hints of green. These are actually tiny algae growing along the sloth's fur, which help them camouflage better in the jungle and provide a nurturing environment for the algae. Scientists have found species of algae that don't exist anywhere else in the world living in sloth fur. Sloths truly get by with a little help from their friends. Deep within the Sahara Desert, you'll find a little creature known as the fennec fox. This animal, with its large ears, has adapted perfectly to survive in its harsh environment. The huge ears help dissipate the unbearable heat of the desert and assist in hunting for underground prey. Now meet the red panda. Despite its name, the red panda is closer to a raccoon than a giant panda. You'll find these cat-sized creatures in the Himalayan region, hopping from tree to tree and bundling together to stay warm in the harsh weather. They are gentle and friendly like their larger panda cousins and occasionally enjoy eating bamboo sticks. Compared to humans, bees' brains are the size of pinheads, yet they are capable of astounding feats. For example, if a bee is running low on energy after a long search flight and needs a drop of honey to continue, it can ask a fellow bee for a drop directly from the other bee's stomach. This decentralized system allows bees to build highly effective societies, eliminating the need to push through queues in front of the honey cells. Imagine a powerful giant like the sun clashing with a tiny yet mighty opponent, a small black hole. The collision is imminent, and the fate of the solar system hangs in the balance. Will the sun withstand the intense gravitational pull of the tiny black hole, or will it be swallowed whole? The answer lies in the forces at play in this mind-blowing cosmic collision. First, what is a black hole? A black hole is a region of space where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape from it. Like a cosmic vacuum cleaner, it sucks up anything that gets too close and is so massive that it warps the fabric of space-time around it. Black holes are among the most frightening and mysterious objects in the universe, a powerful force of nature that challenges our understanding of physics, a true enigma of the cosmos. Black holes come in different sizes and types.